We lost them earlier on. We're going to go back to Dubai now to join local chefs Nick and Scott. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yay!
Welcome to our restaurant, Folly.
Well, over the past few weeks, we've been
you?
bringing all sorts of international dishes. We're in Dubai today. What are you doing for us?
Today we are lucky enough to be blessed with our backdrop of the Burj Al Arab. We're cooking on our terrace at Folly some local sea bream with crab crushed potatoes and a tomato and basil vinaigrette. And then just starting off quickly, a little trick with the sea bream, we want to make sure we get really, really crispy skin. So we start in a cold pan with a little bit of olive oil. We've just seasoned the skin. And we're using the locally farmed sea bream, which is kind of a new thing in Dubai. There's a lot more local produce happening over here nowadays. We've been here about 10, 11 years now, and we're seeing a lot more farms, a lot more local produce coming through, especially this time of year. We're really lucky because the weather's really good. And yeah, so this is the locally farmed sea bream. Start off in a cold pan. We're going to bring it up to temperature, because we want that skin to be nice, really, really crispy, instead of curling up if you put it in a hot pan. It's a little bit of a chef's trick. As you can see, the heat is slowly getting into it. And we're just going to hand you over to Scott to take care of the next part of the dish.
OK, so what we have here, this is our start of our shallot dressing. I've been marinating this for about 20 minutes now. In here, we've got some star anise, we've got some thyme and some fresh garlic. OK, so this has been warming for about 20 minutes, just takes the sting out of the shallot. And what I'm going to add to that is some freshly diced basil, which we're just going to chop up. Put that straight in there. And also, we've got some really nice, fresh, just diced tomatoes. We've taken the seeds out. We're going to put a few spoonfuls of those in there. And we're just going to stir that through and let that marinate for a couple of minutes. And that's going to take on, it's going to release the flavours of the basil. And also, it'll take on the nice flavours of the star anise and the garlic. OK, I'll go back to Nick, and he's going to see what the fish is like.
It's going to take a few minutes. Just to explain, yeah, we're here at Folly. Folly's our restaurant. It's in Souk Madinat Jumeirah. We've been here now in our 5th year running Folly. We've been in Dubai for 11 years.
Yeah.
Running restaurants over here. And, yeah, I mean, we're very lucky to have a restaurant in such a great location.
And before that, am I right in saying you used to work with Gordon Ramsay for 15 years, back here in London?
We both worked for Gordon, yeah, doing, both at Claridge's for about, I think Scott was there for 7 years, I was there for about 3 years, and then went on to do other things with Gordon. Scott went on to do other things with Gordon, and we both came over to Dubai to, relaunch his restaurant that was here at the time.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Obviously, we know that the influencers were there, because that caused a bit of a controversy. But what about other tourists and things? How many people are you getting in the restaurant?
The restaurant's been good for the season. It's tapered off a little bit recently, but we're positive about the business. We stick to all the guidelines. We just try and focus on what we're doing and offering a really safe place for our guests to come and enjoy their evenings.
We're tucking into a direct mirror of what you're cooking.
I'm going to have to make this look. It looks pretty now, but in order to taste this, I'm going to have to flip it.
I just had to flip my fish over. Yes.
Here we go.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Sorry.
It's really stunning. So we'll let you continue.
Yeah,
that's good news.
Okay.
So, just you're doing the potatoes. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. Scott's carrying on.
What we've got is these are confit potatoes. These have been cooked in olive oil for about 45 minutes. Makes them really nice and soft and really nice and moist. And what we're going to mix with those is some fresh crab meat. This is the claw meat. We get this from the UK. We try and use the crab meat, fresh UK ingredients if possible, and blend it in with some of the more local ingredients. So we're just going to stir that in. This is warm. You don't want to overheat it. And what we have here, this is sumac. This is from the local spice market. Basically, it's a ground berry, used quite a lot in this country. If you don't happen to have a local spice souk, then I'm sure you can get it from the supermarkets. What we're going to do is add this into the crab meat a little bit. It's quite tangy and sharp at the same time. It gives a really good flavour. And we're going to mix that in with a little bit of fresh coriander and then quickly finish the dish. So this goes in the centre of the ring, bit of a chef's trick, into the centre.
That just keeps it nice and straight for presentation purposes. Just to show you the fish, we've got that lovely golden crispy skin, and that's cooked like 90% of the way through on one side. We just turn it over for 10 seconds while Scott's finishing that, and literally serve it straight away. Lovely crispy skin. And then we're just going to finish it with the tomato and basil vinaigrette.
So there you have it. This is local sea bream with the tomato and basil dressing and crab crushed potatoes with sumac. I hope you enjoy that back in the studio.
Delicious.
It's gorgeous. The sumac is,
I know.
is a lovely
all
touch.
the flavours. And that has changed the way I cook fish forever now. How simple was that?
Yep. Really
Amazing.
easy. Thank you guys so much.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
For all the recipe details, take a look at our This Morning app.